You just got your asses whipped by a bunch of goddamn nerds. Nerds!
Welcome back to the Nerds Podcast. I'm here in Puerto Rico, remote, here for you guys. Pete Cole is here as well. We're excited. Marvel is back. Let's discuss that right now as we actually go through a non-spoiler version of Fantastic Four. Pete Cole, I know you guys are. This was great to see. I'm gonna go straight to the narrow on a scale of 1 to 10. Pete, what did you give it?
8.5.
Ooh. Cole, what you give it?
I'm giving it a 9.2.
Wow. We are big numbers. I'm going to give it an 8. And we'll explain some of those things as we do a non-spoiler review. Pete, as you went through this movie itself, what did you honestly enjoy about this version of a new, because now we're in phase 6. This is the launch of phase 6. So we end phase 5. I don't think we're going to get the Cole's favorite Marvel Cinematic Universe where we actually go through the comic books. I think those days are gone. Pete, how did you feel? What did you think about the movie?
Excited because I think we've all wanted to, as fans, as Marvel fans, comic book fans, we wanted to see the Fantastic Four done right. And we may have finally got it. And again, it's back in Marvel's hands. And personal opinion, I didn't think the first two with Chris Evans and Jessica Alba, I don't think those are horrible. I just think they weren't box office hits like I guess they would have expected them to be. The third one with Michael B. Jordan as Johnny Storm, I never saw that. And with me, it's tough for me to say, yeah, I'm gonna go see this, just see a movie if it's been getting trashed. And that's for me, I've heard nothing good about that movie, so I have no interest in seeing it. But we finally got to see, I think they finally got it right. Of course, back into the hands of Marvel, where they should have been in to begin with, and they've merged them with the other characters in the cinematic universe. And if I was a director, because of how we saw Galactus, and Galactus is pretty, he's a big deal, and how he was represented in them first movies as a cloud was a complete swing and a miss, like bad, that people were still talking about it to this day. And Miss Marvel, and her name, the actress's name skips me, but they've posted her reviews online of the last couple of movies that have come out, and she said he praised on the fact that Galactus was comic book accurate. I think a lot of us were waiting for that, and they hit a home run with Galactus. And of course, I don't want to go too long-winded here, but love. And we all know Sue Storm is supposed to be, I guess, probably one of the most beautiful women in the world. I think they got a really good actress to do that because, she looks good. And everybody delivered. Was that?
Cole, yeah, I said she's hot.
Yeah,
Cole, did the movie deliver what you thought it was going to be? I know you said that Superman might be better than Fantastic Four. You were giving this a higher rating than Superman. Talk to me about what your experience was like.
So I had low expectations coming in, and sometimes it works out for you. Can I say that I believe Stan Lee, may rest in peace, and Jack Kirby will be extremely proud on the way this Fantastic Four movie was represented. It gave you everything in one movie and then some. I thought it was phenomenal. The reason I give it the 0.2 is because I thought the plot was just a little more interesting in the Fantastic Four than it does in Superman. But all in all, they're both at a 9 because of the way they looked, how accurate they were, and how this movie was a comic book movie. So shout out to Stan Lee and Jack Kirby for giving us a phenomenal set of villains, which the worst villain in the world for me was in it. But They still did it right. So I was cool with that. And yeah, overall, I really, really enjoyed the movie. I think it's important that you, when you're doing a movie with no cameos, it brings you back for more of a grounded movie. So yeah, I truly, truly enjoyed it.
Listen, I agree with you guys both wholeheartedly. The one thing that I wanted to see in this Fantastic Four movie, I got. And it's the same thing that the Black Panther had said. He said Wakanda will never go against the Fantastic Four. Avengers could never beat the Fantastic Four because of one thing, their family. And the one thing I wanted to see delivered in this movie was I wanted to see the unity between the Fantastic Four, that unity, that family element that it separates the Avengers, that separates the Defenders that we've seen before. We could, because of that nature, that we've never seen that before in that sense of the word X-Men. We've seen it all. We've seen the different groups. Never seen a tight group like this. And I think this movie delivered that. That's the only thing I wanted from the Fantastic Four. I wanted to see a movie that says, you know what? These guys are tight. You're not going to separate these guys. Delivered. Absolutely loved it. Now, I got to ask Pete, was there something that you didn't like about the movie that you couldn't give it a 10?
Yeah, I mean, Superman, I gave a 9. This I gave an 8.5, and it wasn't anything that I disliked, like, oh yeah, I thought that was whack or nothing like that. No, it's just seemed a little short considering the movies that we have been watching. They're pretty much 2 hours plus. This felt a little bit short of 2 hours. I think it was an hour and 55 minutes. But again, it's just because, we waited all this time, we finally got it, and it's like, okay, yeah, it's 20 minutes, and it's like, oh man, we give us just a little bit more. But that's the only thing. I think, like Cole said, the way it looked, and it being set in the 60s, that they did a great job with all that. The look of the thing, it was CGI as opposed to the first two, that it was a practical suit he was wearing as opposed to CGI. But yeah, they did a phenomenal job on this, everything. But again, like I said, if I had one thing to say that why I gave it an 8.5 was that it was too short. I thought it could you go 2 hours a little bit, and plus, like Superman was 2 hours and 10 minutes. That extra 15 minutes, I guess that's all. That's pretty much it.
And I think that's an attribute to the movie because you wanted more.
Yeah,
What you
absolutely.
saw, you
Yeah.
wanted more, and that's an attribute to the movie. Cole, what would have made it that 0.8 to give you a perfect 10 movie? What would you want to have seen?
I think if there's a
No.
no
Yeah,
spoiler
yeah, yeah,
review,
yeah, you can't
so
say it.
I got you.
Okay, yeah,
So
yeah.
I would tell you
Outside of a
this.
spoiler, outside of a spoiler, yeah.
I would just say this. There are certain things that make a movie a 10 for me. And this one didn't have it. But it doesn't make it a deal breaker because at 9.2, I think is a very good score. Um, like you guys saw in the trailers, the thing looks accurate. And the way they show their powers as well looks really, really cool. So it's just like Pete was saying. I do want to make this point. I agree with him. The one with Jessica Alba, and I enjoyed those because we
Yeah.
finally got to see them outside. For the last version that Fox did, um, I got to see that movie. I'll always give it a shot, and it wasn't great. Now, I would say this: what I did like was they tried something different. It didn't work, but they really tried something different. And in that movie, they had the negative zone, which was, I thought, pretty cool as well. And one of my favorite parts is that since Johnny Storm and Sue Storm are brother and sister, and in this movie, it was being played by two different races, Johnny was actually adopted into the family. And that's why they were brother and sister. I thought that was really, really cool. But overall, uh, I I want to say, like Pooba was saying as well, the family aspect of it, they hit it on the nose. Even Herbie, you feel like he is definitely
Hmm.
part of the family. So yeah, great, great movie. And on our review, I'll let you guys know what it would have taken for it to be a 10.
Aren't they the
All
first
right, guys.
family of Marvel though? They're the first family, right?
The
Okay.
first family of Marvel. Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
So
Listen,
the-
guys, you guys got to watch the next episode so we can deep dive into this so that Cole can actually tell you what would make it a perfect 10 movie. I got one last question for you guys, and then we're going to be out of here because we don't want to spoil this for anybody. Pete, who was your favorite character out of the Fantastic Four?
Out of the Fantastic Four, I did, and this is not just the Thing, Ben. They phenomenal job. And I don't know if you guys have heard a lot of there's like some horror stories with Marvel and how they've been treating the people who do the CGI and stuff like that. Overworked, you know what I mean? You know, the pay isn't as what it should be. And but it seemed they worked overtime on this one because I think he looked great. When you hear him put his hands together, it's like you hear that, like
The
the
Rocks,
rocks
yeah.
together. Phenomenal job. So for me, it was Ben.
Cole, who was your favorite?
Mine was Reed Richards. As I'm watching Pedro Pascal portray this role, in my mind, watching this movie, I would like for him to expand his range of acting and be our Denzel Washington kind of style of lead actor and lead role. I think he played him perfectly. He was nerdy, but yet it wasn't over the top. There was no jokes coming from Reed. And, you know, Reed was just portrayed absolutely perfect.
Yeah, I got to tell you that while both of yours are great, honestly, I think Sue killed it.
Yeah.
Like Sue, there's a speech that she says that's phenomenal that makes us understand who they are to this world. And we'll get into that into the next episode. But yeah, I think Sue killed it. Everything, the way she looked, to the way she acted, to her relationship with Reed. I think that for me, I was never been an Invisible Woman fan.
Same here.
Up till now. Up till now. Like, man.
Well, Jessica Alba can make you become a fan.
And for me,
go ahead,
Pete. No, go ahead, Pete.
So what I was trying to say was that's why I kind of hesitated when you asked me because it was between her and Ben, but I put Ben above it because they for CGI they made him look. They did an awesome job. But
I have a complaint about Ben, but we're not going to do that until the next episode.
And for me, like, Sue Storm, Invisible Woman, I became a fan during the Civil War comic book. What she did to save one half. No. The part where she saved one half of the whatever side you was on, and when she said, look, I can't hold them again. I don't want to say too much in case you guys are curious to know about the Civil War comic book, not the movie, the comic book. What Sue does, and she's bleeding through her nose. It was drawn very, it was drawn there that you can feel her power and her saying, I can't stop him again. I think you guys should leave. That's when I really became a fan of Invisible Woman.
Well, listen, guys, I hope that you guys enjoyed the movie just as much as we did. Please stay tuned this next week or this week, wherever this time this video comes out. Go to the follow-up video. That's when we're going to do spoilers, Easter eggs, deeper dive into this movie. I'm hoping that you guys chime into that. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share. Hit the bell to make sure that you're updated with our latest videos. For Pete, for Co, I think this is going to be great for everybody. Pete, take us out.
We will return.
The worst episode ever.